Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. Today, we're set for a clash between these two rivals from the Mountain West. As we'll see, the Wyoming Cowboys taking on the Air Force Falcons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Falcons will kick it off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Merritt. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Formation for these receivers. Anderson will throw. Got his man quickly. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Rides the back on the option, the give. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
To the air on 2nd down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. That's caught. It's Sargent. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
This time they'll go to the running game. There he goes. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
On the ground, it's Scott. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Finds his tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
The cadets here doing their best impressions of a jet engine right on takeoff. Listen to this place. On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. Just drives it between the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
The give from the gun. Turning it on! Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
A designed run for the quarterback. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
3rd down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
Unloads to the wideout. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
They'll go to the fullback. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Now on the move. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Here they come on 3rd down, and the defense has had no answer so far. From the gun, wants to pass. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this position in the red zone. You throw an incomplete on 3rd down, so the question now, Are you going for a touchdown, try to pay this drive off, or are you just going to take the points?
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that's going to give us a tie ball game.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Merritt. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Anderson wants to throw. Oh, they're after him. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see him there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were
headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Air Force. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of a great field position.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that replay scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Merritt. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Anderson will throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Well, guys, Air Force has the lead here, and we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking to throw for it. Quickly out to the tight end. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Fitzgerald. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Anderson wants to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
And those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
And the Cowboys will punt it away on fourth down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. Got room at the 35. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Makes the grab, and he's dragged down.
This defense is going to have their hands full trying to defend the pass with all of these weapons they've got on the perimeter of the field. That is a great job bringing a dangerous target down right away after he catches the slant.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Falcons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got the tight end. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Just going to keep it after the snap.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Second down, he'll throw it. Quick completion on the out route. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
He'll throw on third down. Fires to the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage, and did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage, you jam them, and it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process, and that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
Here's the handoff. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll try it over the left side. He's stuffed after picking up one to the 23.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
On third and short, they're giving it to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. The toss to the outside. Breaks into the open. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Anderson will throw. Quickly to the tight end. No chance to run, but still a good game. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find him.
The loudest jet you can think of has nothing on this crowd as they try to help the Falcons on third down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Cowboys come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the Cowboys will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Give to the fullback. Oh, he's got some space. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99% of the time. But when you can give them that rock, get a first down, those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually fall forward. No nonsense, no jukes, just hit you in the mouth.
Got a man. It's Smith. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Gets open down the middle. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you got big targets, man, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plucks it.
Catch in stride inside the 15. And they make the connection, and he's got it at the 10-yard line, set up with a red zone opportunity. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Red pass, it's complete. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Falcons have it with a 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Back's got it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Touchdown Falcons! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And that's just a fantastic job of executing the 2-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead, that gives them tremendous confidence heading into halftime.
Coming out with it, it's Harris. They finally make the stop, and that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. The Cowboys will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Pulled down at the 45-yard line, and that's the kind of ball hawking a defensive coordinator loves to see. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. Anderson wants to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. He's got it. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. You get that turnover, and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Takes the handoff. It's Harris. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. 3rd down play from the gun. Zings it complete to the right. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. He slides that just inside the right upright. Time to settle for the field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
The Falcons with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And I tell you what, I know it's little, when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them. But, man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the third quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
And it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play smarter.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gonna run it. It's Scott. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Cadets here doing their best impressions of a jet engine right on takeoff. Listen to this place. Finds his big tight end. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the running back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Never a doubt. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount. They take care of the ball. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Falcons in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Give to the fullback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
The Falcons come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Snagged in the middle, it's Smith. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Brings up second down.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing it to a pass-catching fullback.
Well, it's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find...
There he goes! And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Run it with the fullback. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
And they're kind of going to their closer now, right? Like they give it to the physical guy that gets downhill, north-south, right away, hard to tackle, falls forward, paving holes, and this is a good opportunity for this offense to keep pounding and try to run that clock out.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
On the move. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Air Force!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, we've got a 2-possession lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Harris. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around. Turning it on! Past the 50. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Wyoming! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. He's in open space downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole and just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Flying out to the left. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Falcons!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it out. It's Harris. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Anderson will throw. Lofts one high and deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Looking for more room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Air Force! And the route is on.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Harris. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
They're dealing with a second and long. Anderson wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
How about this? These guys are going for 2. Snap in the shotgun. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer.
I like it. Nice execution. Catch the football. Get it out of your hand. Nice rhythm, nice timing for that two-point conversion.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Out of the gun, the inside give. At the 35, he's loose. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Give to the big fullback. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
One thing you know with this guy at fullback, he's not going to fumble the football. And I think that's why they're handing it off to him in the 4th quarter with the lead.
2nd down coming up. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab over the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this fullback is just dependable, and he's versatile. He's not just a guy that can block. He can catch the ball, and like you saw right there, you can hand it off to him, and he can generate you explosive plays.
And the Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the fullback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field. Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, the defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Sticks it in his belly. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The Falcons will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. Gives it on the option. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Well, Man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the quarterback takes a knee. Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. After this, it'll be a wrap. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.